Hey guys, it's Cronin from Churchill Wolf's Grove. I just want to, this is my third video today, so I'm probably going to post up, but just so I have the same robot as you. But anyway, this isn't really a teaching video, more of a instructional video. I just want to touch on something. Hopefully this video doesn't go too long, but I just want to touch on something that I've been mentioning in some of the other videos, and I've been touching on, but I haven't really gotten into. Hollywood versus reality. Okay. Now, I'll mention a whole bunch of movies here. Some are older, some are newer. And I'm going to get into the do's and don'ts, per se, of Hollywood versus practical and reality in witchcraft. You have to understand something with Hollywood. They will make something believable for their purpose of their video, of their movie. You got movies like The Craft, The Gate, Ghoulies, all kinds of movies involving witchcraft. There's a bunch of them. I can't think of everything off the top of my head. All these movies are involving witchcraft. Okay. Understand something. Hollywood, and again, I'm not downing Hollywood, I'm not funny about them in any way, shape, or form, I'm not, they're not my sponsors by any means, but if they want to be, I'd much gladly appreciate them and welcome with open arms. Hollywood perceives what they want to perceive for that particular movie. We'll just start with The Craft, and we'll work our way back into the other two I mentioned. The Craft is a great movie. Actually, if I remember correctly, 3 out of the 5 main characters were actually practitioners of the craft. Fairuza Balk is into the Kabbalah. I believe that Robin Tunney actually practices, and I believe that the woman who ran the pagan store is an actual practitioner of the craft. So if I'm wrong, they'll just correct me in my comment section. But understand something. That is a movie. They're going to make things happen to make the movie look good. Okay? Whatever it might be. Now, let's talk about the deity Menoth. Okay, he is an actual deity. He does actually exist. I use him quite often in some of my rituals, and he is one of my high supreme deities that I use. Things that you're going to see in the craft, for example, the whole binding spells, yeah, they exist. All the hype about, when Nancy goes basically rogue and, starts going after Robin Tunney and tries to attack her, Now, let's get into glamour magic a little bit. Glamour magic is something that you use to perceive as somebody something it's not. Okay? Now, there was part of the movie where they did the whole changing the hair, change the eyes. Is the hair possible? Yeah, maybe if you're that powerful. Changing the eye color? Yes, I can do it myself. Making someone's life appear to be hell? Can you do it? You want to do the whole plane crash thing? Oh, it was just glamour magic, I'm so sorry. Again, can it be done? Yes. Is it smart? No. So, getting into the whole aspect of what is and what isn't in a Hollywood film based on witchcraft, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. You notice they always have the good versus evil type thing. That's just how most movies go. You've got Star Wars, you've got, The Craft, you've got anything Spider-Man versus whoever. It's a whole good versus evil. You've got Children of the Corn, where good takes over evil and all that stuff. Just, you've got, any police video, in the old TV show, Cops or T.J. Hooker, good versus evil type thing. That's just how they write this stuff. But in reality, we all know that evil does prevail over good more than I like to say it does. But understand that when you do a magic or a spell on somebody or something you want to better your lives in, that's true magic. Okay? And what I mean by that is, when you do an invocation, let's say you do, and I'm just going to do this because it's not going to hurt anything. I do the angel ritual a lot. It's for archangels, it's for, you know, supreme angels of God. Okay, Michael, Raphael, Uriel, and Michael, Raphael, and Uriel, and Ariel. Or, sorry, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Okay, so let's just do this for a second. I'm not using my similar tool. I'm just going to do this. You know, you basically you take the pentagram. You know, you put a blue pentagram around. You know, Agla. And you turn. You know, Adonai. You know, hey, hey, he, hey. Or, yeah, I just screwed up, sorry. Do this again. Come to here. Actually, it should be in the east, but so we're going to go over here. Just so I got the side, okay? You know, in the east, you know, you say that person's name. I'm not going to say names, so it's just too complicated, because I'm not focused right like I should be, but okay. You know, you say that deity's name. You come around. Blue pentagram, say that deity's name. Say that deity's name, and then to the, you know. Basically you're facing east, but okay. I'm facing north for the purpose of this video. So, around me flames a sacred pentagram, within me shines a six-ray star. Before me, Raphael, behind me, Gabriel, at my right hand, Michael, at my left, Uriel. Mighty archangels, assist me in this ritual, blah, 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 blah. You basically go into your spiel. So what I've just done, as most practitioners of the craft would do, I just cast a circle on myself. That's all I've done. I haven't invoked anything, I haven't told anything, get your ass up here and help me, because we don't do that as witches. So, when you see a circle being cast in a movie or a TV show, yeah, it's plausible. When you see things come over the ground, like demons and that kind of thing, yeah. Is it possible? Of course it is. Are you likely going to see it? Maybe. Now, I'm going to go a little step further back. I'm going to go into the movie The Gate. Great movie. I think it was early, late 70s, early 80s, maybe even early 90s. A bunch of kids find this hole in their backyard and they, you know, start playing with dark magic and realize this record is the gateway to these little, I don't know what you want to call them. It was supposed to actually be a offset to Gremlins, I believe, before they made Gremlins 2 and all that. So it was kind of make a sequel to Gremlins of some kind. But anyway, so they say. So you have these little demonic little creatures running around, and you can Google it to check it out if you want. And they come in and they use this record to close the gate, and it's supposed to be some chant of some kind what closes the gate. Okay, great. Now, again, is it possible? Of course. Is it likely? Maybe. So, now we're going to get into really, really thick shit. Okay? There's a movie out there called Ghoulies. G-H-O-U-L-E-S. Now, I'm going to tell you, with this movie, there are some truths to what they're doing. Be careful of this. Don't go scoot around with this particular movie. I'm going to tell you why. The beginning of the ritual, this kind of has that satanic, dark magic, human sacrifice type thing to it. And again, I'm not downing anyone's beliefs or practices. That's not how I am. You know, he says a few random words there in Latin that I'm not going to say what they mean. And, you know, that's the introduction to the movie. So Jonathan, who's the next main character, his father was Malcolm, who was this evil warlord, magician, Satanist, whatever you want to call him, type person. And he had this little cult of followers and, you know, that kind of thing. So Jonathan acquires, after his father's death, his estate and his everything in it. So, him and his wife, girlfriend, I'm not sure how it's perceived, basically, you know, are cleaning up the place, and Jonathan finds his secret door. You know, ooh, secret door. No, I'm kidding. Seriously, guys, though. The secret door in his basement that contains this large ritual area, and he becomes curious. He becomes mesmerized and possessed by this book he finds. And there's other books mentioned in the movie too about, you know, that actually do exist, but again, we'll get to those in a second. The practice they're using in that particular movie is what we call King Solomon's magic. Okay, it's a very what I consider high magic. It's the same principles as the 6th, 7th Book of Moses, the same principle as maybe Necronomicon type stuff. It's really, really deep shit. Okay, hear me out, but guys, if you don't know anything about it, don't go messing with it, because it can make your life a living hell. You know, when you deal with your regular deities and magic, and I'm gonna say it's lightly, because it's not a big deal. If you have an altar set up and you go, oh shit, gotta grab this, oh shit, gotta grab that. That's why I expand our circle out, you know, beyond our rituals. We can go grab stuff. When you get into the deeper magics, like King Solomon's magic, the Book of Moses, the book of Abraham Malin, which was also mentioned in the Ghoulies movie, be very, very warned. Necronomicon, be very, very warned. These books are written by ancient people. Okay? If you go and mess with them and think, hey, this looks cool, I'm gonna go play with this stuff, don't. It will mess up your life. Big time. Okay? It will. Just be careful. Let me just touch on it just as I got into it. King Solomon's magic. The story goes with King Solomon. Well, we got a little further before that. The whole story of Lucifer and God. You know, Lucifer was at one point God's right-hand man. You know, he consulted him, he helped him, he did everything. Lucifer wanted certain things. The most common thing with people that they hear is Lucifer wanted to have sex with the women of the earth because they were so beautiful, and yet, you know, angels were giants. They were 8-10 feet tall. God's like, no, you can't do that. You know, well, come on, God, why? And this went on for years, and God eventually went, okay, you know what? Fine. You go create your own realm. Here's hell. This is what you can do. Go do your own thing. So, in a nutshell, Lucifer and all his followers, there was about, I don't know, a couple thousand of them probably, maybe a couple million for all we know, went to hell to serve Lucifer. And there are 72 spirits in the King Solomon's magic. Now, where this whole King Solomon thing comes from, I'll get that in a second. And again, people are going to bicker and differ on this theory, and it's a theory. It's not a written stone. No pun intended. Because no one really knows. Lucifer, after a while, thought, "Oh man, I really messed up. God's a great guy. I really screwed this stuff up." So he says, "God, I'm sorry I messed up." And God's like, "No, bro, you're fine where you're at. Stay there." But some of the other spirits were like, "Man, you know what, Lucifer? You're a fucking moron." And again, I'm putting it bluntly as I possibly can for this channel. We went down here with you, and then we ain't doing shit. We feel like idiots. So, King Solomon, and this is how the story supposedly goes, and there's many versions of it. Some will say it happened, some will say it didn't, but anyway. Want to serve God in the utmost respectful way he possibly could. So he prayed for years. "Hey God, I want to do something for you. Hey God, I want to come for you." And God's like, "No, that's a lot of work. It's going to take you years. Blah blah blah." Well, if you help me, God, I'll make this temple really, really elaborate. And God's going, well, I have these deities, these demons that I've cast out of heaven into hell, and because they were idiots, and found this guy called Lucifer. Okay, I'm going to give you these spirits, demons, deities, whatever you call them, to help you build this temple. So it was said and done. And in return, if you redeem yourself and help King Solomon build this temple, you're placed back in heaven. As story goes, King Solomon realized what this really was and took all these spirits to New Brass vessel and tossed them in the sea and never heard from them again. So technically they're still roaming around the face of this planet and whatever, however that goes. So, in saying all that, you don't want to mess with something that you don't know anything about. You know, there's those very few people that get into the craft and they go, ooh, I saw this in a movie. I want to try that. Don't. Because you're going to find out real fast that Hollywood and reality don't mix very well. Okay, keep that in mind when you guys do this. Anything that you see in a Hollywood video, and again, I'm giving to you know, it's there as a guideline. It's there to show you, hey, this stuff exists. They want to draw you into it. They want to make you, you know, be a witch, or they want to make you be, you know, a powerful person. They draw you into that that mindset. You know, just like any author, you know, Ray Buckland, Gary Cantrell, E.A. Quetting. And again, I'm not funded by any of them. Ray Buckland's unfortunately gone, and I don't know about Gary Cantrell. E.A. Quetting's a great person. I've seen some of his videos, and I think they're quite knowledgeable. He deals on the darker side, and I'm not funded by any one of them, or by any means. I'm not, you know, associated with them in any way. But when you see something on TV, even some of these paranormal shows, just be careful. You know, when you want to try something, or you want to interact with a spirit or a deity of some kind, make sure you know what you're doing. Because casting a circle here in a ritual space and doing ritual for, say, you know, better money at work, or raise at work, become a manager, relationship, you know, safe travels, whatever it might be, that's perfectly fine and dandy. That's feasible. When you get into this magic where it's like, you know, it's on that slightly darker side, or it's something you're not sure of, but it sounds interesting, don't go and play with it. Like I was saying in my last video on divination, when I took the Ouija board, there are two games called Black Doors, White Doors, and Red Door, Yellow Door, or any other kind of door. Don't do this stuff, because it's going to make your life a living hell. There are things out there that we don't know exist, and that we don't know can't hurt you. You know, there are things out there that, you know, you can find an artifact somewhere. Oh, this is cool, I like this. Well, if it's not Indian burial ground, or a potential Indian burial ground, and you just move that, or it was a, you know, a possessed item from, you know, somebody used in a voodoo ritual, and you pick that up, you're bringing that stuff home with you. You're bringing that into your home, into your house, into your, you know, your way of life. True story, guys. I used to help a guy did estate sales, and he was the kind of guy. He didn't really like to bid on all the, you know, like the high-end antiques. Very rare he bid on something he really liked it. But okay, I heard a weird noise. But anyway, so he would occasionally bid on something he liked and high quality items, but he was kind of mostly like to buy the after stuff, you know, the odds and ends stuff. And he found some good odds and ends stuff once in a while. And he had a little shop in the local bazaar that I used to always go to. And I'm not going to say his name, but anything like that. But, you know, he'd come up, hey, you know, come over and sort this stuff out. Yeah, sure, bud, no problem. You know, I go up to the bazaar, help him sort all this odds and ends stuff out. Well, on one particular weekend, we had a fairly good sized box, probably about so by so by so. And we had random, knickknacks and glasswares and, little figurines that people had painted, like you put on like a Christmas tree or something. Christmas knickknacks, Halloween knickknacks, all kinds of odds and stuff. And, we're looking at it and pricing, and then puts over here, puts over here, puts over here. So, around this box, he finds this really, really cool, and he's out and he goes, "Oh man, hey, check this out." He mentions my name, which I'm not going to mention, but this is one of these old, this is one of these old wine, portable wine, boxes. I'm going, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Then he flips it over, and I'm going, "Hey, whoa. Don't mess with that." He's like, "Why? What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh man, there's all kind of wax and shit over it. It's all heaven. What kind of shit is this?" I'm going, "You take that thing, and you get rid of it as soon as possible." He's like, "Well, why? What's going on?" He inadvertently found a Dybbuk box. For those who don't know what a Dybbuk is, it's a Holocaust demon that was created during the Holocaust times to invoke chaos on people who wronged you, or all kinds of theories on what we're supposed to have done. So we had to do some research and figure out how to probably dispose of that particular box, because if you opened that box, took it home with him, here's what happened. So all I'm saying to people is be careful. When you see objects that you might not know what they are, or you might think they're cool, we'll get into the whole cleansing stuff later on, but there are some things you just don't want to play with, okay? Keep that in mind. You can look up what a Dybbuk is if you want later on Google or YouTube or whatever, but keep in mind that there are things out there in Hollywood and the world. Just be careful. I hate to have somebody that I've taught or I've done a video for, in general speaking, and have something happen to you because you thought, "Hey, this is cool." So this is kind of like a warning video. Hollywood's great, and like I said, I'm not endorsed by them in any way, shape, or form, or it's just that I'm not endorsed by anybody I ever mention. If I mention a catalog, or I show you a catalog, or anything like that, if I'm endorsed by them, I'll tell you. So, hey, they sent this catalog to use for my videos. But I'm not, as of right now, I'm not endorsed by anybody, any authors, any companies of any sort. So, I don't get any credit for mentioning people's names or anything like that. But anyway, keep in mind when you're doing these, when you're learning the craft, and you're learning rituals, and you're learning knowledge, and you're getting knowledge about different aspects of magic, take it with caution. Because there is some truth out there to certain things, and if you go and toy with these things, not knowing what you're walking into, you can injure yourself, or someone around you, or someone you care about, or one of your pets, or anything. So keep that in mind when you're watching these videos on witchcraft, the craft, the gate, ghoulies, whatever else is out there that's witchcraft or satanic related. You can injure yourself and others and people you care about and love inadvertently because you're curious. So keep that in mind when you do this stuff. The proper thing I'm gonna advise to everyone who's interested in the craft, whatever aspect it might be, is if you find a particular part of the craft, whether it be the satanic end, whether it be the dark magic end, whether it be the high magic end, whether it be the basic witchcraft end, find someone local, in your area. Go to a local witch shop, go to, a local pagan event or something like that, and say, "Hey, I'm interested in learning the craft. Who can I talk to?" Go get a few books from the library, start reading them. But if you feel that you've gotten something that's too advanced for you, don't read it right now. Okay? Because it's going to confuse you. Now, if it's something you like and you want to get into, that's great. I encourage it. But learn the basics first. Learn the principles of magic. Learn circle casting, spell casting, chanting, invoking, evoking, all that stuff, which we'll cover later on. Because, it's kind of like you being a baby. And I'm not saying it's in a mean way, but when you're born, I don't want to say you're born stupid because you're not. Everyone's born a certain way. You're born with a brain with 10 fingers, 10 toes, your extremities, your parts of your male or female, whatever it might be. You have a little bit of knowledge. Oh yeah, hey, I was born. You know, I'm here. You know, but use that in the magic aspect as growing. Okay, you know, when you're say between 0 to 8 months, don't know anything. You know, when you cry, you're either gonna get food or you're gonna get changed. You know when, you know, if you throw a fit and you're mad, you're gonna get picked up. You understand? You learn these things as a baby, okay? And then, you know, as you get older, you know, early, you know, 4, 5, 6, you know, you start learning rules of life. Take that as learning the ways of the craft. You know, your morals or your you know, well, if I go to the hospital and I touch this bird, I'm gonna get my fingers burned. I have to go to the hospital and get it treated. Or if I go smash a piece of glass, it could cut me and I have to get stitches. You know, same concept. Learn as you grow in the craft, as you grow in life, the dangers and the do's and don'ts of the craft. And then as you get older, you know, preteen, teen, you know, if you're still interested in that particular magic, let's say it's, you know, Necronomicon or King Solomon's magic or Satanism, start reading it. But don't jump to go, hey, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go mess with this stuff. Find someone who knows about it and can teach you properly. Because reading a book, guys, I'm going to say this, there's 2 types of witches out there. Knowledge smart and book smart. And again, I'm not saying by any means that, you know, being a bookworm is a bad thing. No, it's not. But you can only learn so much from a book. You know, you can only learn so much from learning from somebody. When you put those 2 things together as a whole, you do learn things. Okay? So keep that in mind when you're doing your rituals and you see something you might like on TV. You know, keep that in mind that just because you see it on TV or in a video or in a movie, you know, is it true? Of course. I'll give you a really good example, and then I'm going to try and do it if I can. Harry Potter. Great series, love it. You know, big fan. There's a lot of stuff in that series in general that is very, very true. I will tell you that. There's some stuff in Harry Potter series that is true. Okay? Some of the potions they use, some of the mixtures they use, some of the things they mention. These things exist. There is truth to it. But be careful. Another thing I wanted to, the story of Merlin. You know, there's a famous, and I'll say it because, you know, it's not going to do anything to hurt me because I'm in control of it. The TV series Merlin, I think it was an late 90s, maybe early 2000s series. Merlin at one point, after on a couple occasions, summons a dragon. For whatever purpose it was, I can't remember. And the phrase is, and now Nathrak, Uthdas Bethu, Dakial Dienfe. Here's what that means is, I call upon the dragon to aid and assist me. Now, there's no dragons flying over, which I'm not going to, you know, but again, that's a Latin phrase, I believe, and that's what it pretty much translates to. The movie Willow, for example, okay? Great 80s movie, you know, again, there's magic in that movie. You know, is all of it true? Probably not. Is some of it true? Yes. And again, I'm not endorsed by any movies or any, you know, people that, but think about this, guys. When you're trying to do a movie, or you're trying to see a movie, or you see something you like in a movie, think about what I'm saying. Be careful before you go and mess with something, because you can severely hurt yourself or people around you. So again, as always, thanks for watching. Questions, comments, by all means, email churchillwolfsgrove, WOLVES, @gmail.com. Phone number 216-904-2218. And blessed be. I'm going to step out of frame here.